Today is September 15th, 2021, and we're going to talk grit. Below are a bunch of stones taken from Open Ocean Beach, not too far from my house. They're tiny, they're round, actually the perfect grit. In nature, a pigeon would look for a round stone, something along these lines. And if you opened a gizzard of a pigeon, that's what you would find. Or I should say a wild pigeon's gizzard. What many of us feed, me definitely not, is this ground granite. Now you'll notice it's all sharp edges, just crushed granite. This has the the red added to it. I think the worst possible thing for the pigeons are these commercial grits with the crushed granite. Again, how irritating this must be if the bird has no other choice. I think we wonder why we have health problems if the birds are constantly having their gizzard torn apart by these sharp, abrasive little stones. And again, if they have nothing else to pick from, this is what they're going to eat. What I feed is here. This is the Vercella Lager grit with red stone. It comes from Belgium. For me, it's short money. It's like $15 a bag. And you'll notice it's like off the bottom of the ocean. Tiny little shells, not chopped up chunks of calcium that they would get from really hard, solid oyster type shells. These are tiny little shells. Redstone bits, which the birds love. They eat the redstone faster than they would even eat the grit. And round little stones. The round little stones, again, are what the pigeons are looking for in their gizzard. You can see these round stones in this grit. They're not sharp. They don't have edges. The ground granite looks like miniature little arrowheads. I can't believe the irritation these must cause. I've been thinking about it for some time, that it's possible that maybe some of these health problems people are experiencing could be from the irritation of the grit. If it's tearing up the insides of the pigeon, bacteria and everything else could be entering the bloodstream. Maybe it's something to consider. Now for me, I can get this off the beach, not too far from my house. And what I'd recommend, if you have open ocean like this, grab the little stones, put it in the oven, maybe 450 degrees for 10-15 minutes to sterilize it. I personally don't. I think my pigeons can take whatever I give them, but if you wanted to sanitize the grit and then mix like calcium product with it, you'd be better off. Grit like this, the ground granite commercial grit you see sold for pigeons, I would stay away from it like the plague. I think it causes more harm than good. If you have absolutely no other choice, yes, maybe you have to feed it. But worst case, only in an emergency. Best case, I would rather find something like that. And what I feed for Vercella Lager, grit and redstone, this is a regular size pen. You can kind of see all the little shells, the redstone, and the stones are round and smooth. Wild birds, turkeys, partridge, pheasant, if you open their gizzard, they're filled with round, smooth stones. They're not filled with sharp, jagged edges like you see here. Hope you enjoyed, and best of luck this coming season and every season.